Welcome back. Bank fishing with BFV. We're still on that late summer, August grind where it's just super hot all across the country, especially here in the South. Truth be told, bass can still be caught, sizable bass can still be caught, and not all bass go deep like people usually think. So today, we're out here on the hunt for a big one as usual, and we have quite a few different baits, quite a few different rods, and we're going to make them get at this. And man, let's get to it. If you're not subscribe right now. Wish me the best of luck. It's going to be a grind. Just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong covering water early in the morning. And I already see a bass, a little 1-pounder right there on the edge. That's awesome. That's a good sign. I'm hoping they're all shallow. See if we can wake them up with a crankbait. The only question is, should I start off with a super aggressive retrieve? Or do I just come by all subtle, smooth, nice and easy? It is early, so they're probably willing to chase and react. Just got to cover a lot of water to find some active fish. So I'm fan casting and coming up with nothing, absolutely nothing. So I'm just casting around, and I decided something has to change. The bluegill are definitely active. There he is. That's a decent one. Let's go. Let's go. Throwing the flesh, throwing the soft plastic jerkbait. Early mornings fishing it fairly fast near the surface. And it's bass just smacked it. Let's go. Woo-hoo. Let's go, baby. This fish is definitely super warm. It's not super big, but I really love making fish react, especially during early mornings when they're ready, when they're willing to chase. And as you can see, the better choice, soft plastic jerkbait. I switched to a natural color this time. I love throwing dark colors, especially in low light conditions, but sometimes these bass are so pressured, you just have to be natural and give them the best presentation that you can get. Oh yeah, he wasn't going. If you can see that hook on the GoPro, he wasn't going anywhere. He was hooked through the side, and then the barb even got him again in the lip. Got him twice.
Let me see before you throw him back. Wait, let me see. Wow.
Not a big one, but still fun. Took a little time to get that guy on hook. Like I said, only about a pound and some change, but man, he struck it hard. Let's get him back released. Ooh, I'm gonna trip over my own rod. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that bite for the morning. It's awesome. Let's go. Beta choice for the morning. Throwing that flesh from 6-6 fishing. Throwing it in that natural watermelon gill color. You just can't beat it. Let's get back out there and catch another. Started off cranking. Had to slow it down with a soft plastic jerkbait, just to make sure I wasn't missing any fish. May even be a few more. I don't think there was just one. Like I said, I seen your one when we first pulled up. Let's count that lure down a few seconds. Let it get down to the bottom. I probably should have put a little piece of nail weight. That's another trick to help you get to the bottom faster, to be able to fish that lure in the depth zone, or known as the strike zone, when you know the bass are a bit suspended. All right, let's continue covering water. The one thing that I love about a fluke style bait, you can fish it fast, you can fish it slow, you can fish it subsurface, or you can fish it deep, and it's very subtle. The fish didn't want the crankbait, so it slowed it down through the soft plastic jerkbait, doing exactly what I'm doing now. I was working it very fast, and that fish just smacked it. If we can catch another one, we can put together a few pieces to the pattern. One of the main reasons I'm fishing this thing so fast is because every single pond, every single lake that I'm around is pretty much highly pressured. You know, the area that I'm in Florida, we're not in South Florida, fishing not quite as great. And not only that, the city I live in is not really a city, it's more of a small town, almost a country town, and everyone fishes. When you're in a bigger city, you don't get as many folks that go fishing. But when you're in a smaller town like myself, everybody know all of the spots and everybody take turns fishing them. And these fish are seeing hundreds of lures from spring to summer. So sometimes you got to mix it up, change the retrieval techniques, and just try to be different. And I don't want that fish to be able to get a good look at that lure, you know. Sometimes after your first fish catch, you gotta throw that one in the memory books. Continue covering water. I threw it around a few more times, but in a few minutes the sun is going to be up pretty darn high here in Florida. We all know how fast it gets up in the 90s and the 100s. So you got to take advantage of the low light conditions and really cover water and try to find some bass that are ready to eat like that one. Is that one? A little baby, super baby. But we will take them. Keep covering water. I just threw the fluke in there like 3 times. All of a sudden I throw this. Maybe he was able to track this bait better, I'm not sure. We gotta be careful because they will get you hooked. Dang, he got caught all in the gill. Why was that little guy messing with that lure? He just swiped at it. Another one bites the dust. Caught 2 bass on 2 different lures. Okay, let's go. No true pattern just yet. And of course, we got flooded grass, and I know there are lots of snakes out here, so it's going to give a guy a little toss. Thank you, buddy. Oh my. It could have been some grass. Oh, a slight little tap. Oh, okay. I think that is grass. And just a little piece of grass, a little piece of salad on there. You can probably already see it on the cam. The sun is already creeping up on us. Probably should have brought me a heavy lipless. I see some brim activity out deep, super duper deep. I can only imagine the bass are out there not too far from them. Oh, that's a bad cast. Do I continue moving around the pond or do I stay right here? They say never leave fish to find fish. Pretty much caught 2 fish from right here so far. Do we stick with this pattern? I don't know. I feel like we tried this area with a fast moving bait, and we also tried it with a slower finesse presentation. And only 2 bites. Not much as far as chasing the crankbait, but may just need to continue covering just a little more water, especially with the sun coming up. It's going to get tough. So we did end up leaving and walking to the other side of the pond. We left fish to find fish. We only had 2 bites. Worked our way around that side of the pond, kind of walked down, walked back and forth, threw a few different baits, nothing. I'm not sure the bass just aren't over there or they just don't want to cooperate. But anyway, sun is definitely hot. We're sitting under some trees, under some shade, and I'm looking forward to casting into some of the shaded spots of the lake that I can see. Bass are just like humans. They don't like that sun. They do anything to hide. They will hide under grass. They will hide among shade lines. They will hide under hard structure, whatever can provide shade and cover for them. That's going to be the meal ticket. So we traded out the crankbait and we picked up a jig. You guys know one of my favorite baits to throw. It's been a while, but definitely one of my big fish baits. And we're just going to see if we can hunt them down and get at it. Let's get it. Fish, my drag. Fish. I got to drive that hook in. My drag was too loose. I thought I felt a slight thump, but I wasn't sure. I thought it was grass. Let's go. First cast, baby. First cast. We left bass to find bass. A lot of times you don't want to do that, but it paid off. The flush all in his mouth. Gotta love it when a plan comes together, right? Throwing finesse tactics, throwing a light rod. No weight, just a weightless fluke style bait, which is a flush from 6 cents fishing, throwing it among shade, threw it towards the shallow water that you probably can't see past me. And whew, we got us another one. It's the 3rd one for the day. Let's go. All right, pal. So as everyone knows, in Florida, it's nothing but grass. So trying to get this fish released quickly. We're just going to have to kind of give him a toss. Sorry, buddy. Thank you. Make sure he goes in head first, and he's good. I just knew this shade looked too good over here. Once that sun comes up in Florida, it gets real quick, trust me. You don't want to get caught in it. Every single day, there's an excessive heat warning or some kind of heat advisory every single freaking day. Temps are close to 100, if not 100 with the real feel. So you really just got to be able to make the best of all of your opportunities and capitalize. So we made a couple of casts parallel towards the bank. Let's cast a little bit out there. I see what appears to be bait fish activity out in the middle. I did see bluegill and little brim busting up when I was on the opposite side of the lake. So they probably pushed out towards the middle due to the sun. And we're just going to follow them. Follow the shade lines, follow the bait fish, and just see where the bass are really keying in at. That's the ultimate goal. Every month, I want a freaking 5-pounder. Really want that every day, but you know, whenever we can get it, we'll take it. Get out there, sub you in, make me proud. I would love to have a 5-fish limit as if I was in a tournament. Why is it so tough to get a fish to come out and play? I just need 2 more. You can't lose hope. Keep hope alive. Woo! Tough outing today. Sun is directly up. We're trying our best to stay under some trees into some shade. We caught 3 fish. Not bad at all. We really wanted to hit a 5-fish limit. That would have been great. But nonetheless, it could have been way worse, 10 times worse. We could have came out here skunked out. The bait of choice for today was definitely the jerk bait. That's what pretty much put in most of the work. And we also caught a little baby on the crankbait, but he only swiped at it. That gave me the sound that I needed right there, especially after making tons of casts. They were not willing to chase. So sometimes just a bit more subtle, less rattle, less vibration. Sometimes that's what triggers pressure bass to strike. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on it. Drop in the comments, man. Just tell me what you're throwing. Tell me what you would like to see. And just tell me how your fishing experience has been the last month or so, because I know this heat can be quite ruthless sometimes and it can be devastating, but it doesn't stop the grind, and we're going to stay active and stay focused. And until next time, keep those lines tight, stay safe, peace.